Right now, you're looking at the spring where God flipped the rules of warfare. Right here, this is Gideon's spring, or the Spring of Harod, the place where 32,000 men showed up ready to fight and only 300 walked away as chosen. And in this video, we'll unpack 3 powerful moments that happened right here. We'll look at the call that revealed Gideon's fear, the test that refined God's army, and the victory that redefined strength. But before we get into it, go ahead and hit that like button so this story of faith in God over fear of man keeps flowing through to those who need it most. All right, number 1, the call that revealed fear. So Judges 6 tells us that Israel was crushed under Midianite raids. God called Gideon while he was hiding in a wine press and threshing grain underground just to survive. And so by the time we reach this spring in Judges 7, Gideon's fear hasn't disappeared. It's just moving with him, right? The name Harod or Harod actually means trembling. It's as if God set the stage right in the valley of fear to prove that courage isn't the absence of trembling, it's really obedience in spite of it. Let's move to point 2, the test that refined the army, okay? So God told Gideon, you have too many men. He's like, too many? Now, that's not, I was in the military, that's not how generals talk. But God wasn't after statistics here. What he was after was surrender. So at this very spring, the army was sifted. Most bent down, burying their faces in the water. But a few stayed alert. In the army, we said, stay alert, stay alive. They were bringing the water to their mouths with their hand. Now, those 300 weren't any stronger. It's that they were watchful, and God narrowed the numbers until the only explanation for victory would be Him, would be Yahweh. So if you know someone who feels outnumbered but still called, share this inspiring message with them now. All right, let's get back to the final point. Point 3, the victory that redefined what it means to be strong. So that night, Gideon's small band, they surrounded the Midianite camp with torches hidden inside clay jars. At the signal, they broke the jars. They blew their trumpets and shouted, "A sword for the Lord and for Gideon." And panic, it ripped through the enemy lines. They actually turned their swords on each other as we read in the text. And so this lesson has echoed for 3,000 years. God, He doesn't need large numbers. What He needs is a yielded heart. So this spring is the classroom where fear was filtered out and faith flowed in. So what do I want you to take away from this? Well, that every believer faces their own Harod, that place where God cuts the odds so low that victory can only be credited to Him. See, Gideon learned that strength doesn't come from numbers, from firepower superiority, from weapons, or even from comfort. It comes from the presence of the Lord who fights for His people. So if this helped you see the Bible come alive, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe for more biblical truth filmed right where it happened. This is Apex Apologetic, equipping believers to engage culture with clarity and courage to defend the faith. I'm Dr. Sean Michael, and from Gideon's Spring, remember, God still cuts the odds, so His glory will never be mistaken. I'll see you next time. Out.